Daniel 12 reveals when the second coming will occur. Throughout the long millennia since Adam and Eve first turned their heartbroken steps from paradise, the question in the heart of every believer has been, when will it be over? When can we return home? Yahushua said, "Of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." Divine love, however, desires every soul to be ready for the end. The prophecy of Daniel 12 is Yahuwah's gift, relating events which will disclose when the second coming will occur. "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book." Daniel 12 covers the climax of the great controversy between good and evil, towards which all of Daniel 11 has been building. At that time, Michael stands up. His people are facing a time of trouble such as the world has never seen, and he's not going to take it sitting down. He lovingly provides instruction for the final generation so they will know what to expect. Daniel, like everyone since Adam, wanted to know one thing. He asked, "How long shall it be to the end of these wonders?" The answer was immediate. "And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth for ever, that it shall be for a time, times, and a half. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished." This may seem confusing, but it was an honest answer to a straightforward question. Daniel asked, "How long shall it be to the end of these wonders?" And Yahushua told him, "A time, times, and half a time, or 3.5 years. This is important information. Earth's history would climax in a 3.5-year time period. The one piece of information missing from Yahushua's answer, however, was when the 3.5 years would start. This time period is imminent. It is time for this prophecy to be understood in its entirety, but only those who have been following advancing light will understand it. Yahushua told Daniel of the final generation, "Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand." The soul is purified as it embraces advancing light. Thus, it is the responsibility of every child of Yah to actively seek out truth and accept every ray of light from heaven. The prophecy warned, "None of the wicked shall understand." This is not referring to worldlings. Worldly people do not care about the prophecies of Daniel. This refers to professed followers of Yahushua who reject advancing light. It is these who will not understand the truths contained in Daniel 12. Yahushua went on to explain, "From the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days." Here is the answer to Daniel's question. The word sacrifice in the above text is a supplied word. The word daily comes from tamid and means continually, regularly. Both ideas, regularity and continuousness, are present in the word. Many Christians have assumed the daily or continual refers to the daily sacrifices offered under the Old Covenant. However, advancing light reveals a deeper meaning. The continuous without interruption refers to time itself and the method by which it is calculated, the moon. The unchangeable nature of the moon was used as an example when Yahuwah declared, "Once I have sworn by my holiness that I will not lie unto David. His seed shall endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me. It shall be established forever as the moon, and as a faithful witness in heaven. The Sabbath, established at creation, is to be calculated by the calendar established at creation, the luni-solar calendar. Obedience to the divine commands purifies and sanctifies the soul. Disobedience desolates it. When the continual is taken away, the abomination that desolates the soul is established. This happened in the 4th century, when Constantine I enforced the use of the pagan calendar and rejected the biblical method of timekeeping. The Dark Ages that followed were the direct result of this abomination that truly desolated the soul. This action will be witnessed again in the near future, when a universal Sunday law will be enforced upon pain of death, because the final conflict will be over worship. And I beheld another beast, and he causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both great and small, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. The world is on the verge of catastrophe. The very next thing to happen is the sounding of the trumpets as described in Revelation 8 and 9. Under the 5th trumpet, the abomination of desolation will be established. When demons in the form of extraterrestrials overrun the earth, the Pope will be exalted as the earth's representative. It will only be logical for him to be chosen to head up the new one-world religion. In this new position of ultimate power, he will, at that time, impose a universal Sunday law. When the might of the state is combined with a decree of the Church to establish a universal law imposing a false worship day on the pain of death, then the continuous without interruption will have effectively been taken away, and the abomination that desolates will be established. This law does not even have to enforce Sunday only. True believers who seek accommodation for their worship by the luni-solar calendar will be viewed as troublers of the people. Allowance could easily be made for Jews and Saturday Sabbatarians who worship on the 7th day of the papal Gregorian calendar, but no such accommodation will be made for those who want to worship the Creator on his luni-solar calendar. This is the event that starts the final countdown. Yahushua told Daniel that there would be 1,290 days following this event. Yahuwah's faithful will not remain silent in this time of emergency. They will warn the world of the dire consequences of conforming to the dictates of the Pope and the presumption of worshipping Yahuwah on a false day of worship. The Sabbath will be the great test of loyalty, for it is the point of truth especially controverted. When the final test shall be brought to bear upon men, then the line of distinction will be drawn between those who serve Yahuwah and those who serve him not. While the observance of the false Sabbath in compliance with the law of the state, contrary to the 4th commandment, will be an avowal of allegiance to a power that is in opposition to Yah, the keeping of the true Sabbath, in obedience to Yahuwah's law, is an evidence of loyalty to the Creator. While one class, by accepting the sign of submission to earthly powers, receive the mark of the beast, the other, choosing the token of allegiance to divine authority, receive the seal of Yahuwah. Persecution will be intense, but it will be necessary to draw the attention of the world to the issue at hand. This transpires during the 1,260 days foretold in Daniel 12:7. Yahushua told Daniel, "When he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished." And it will be. 3.5 years after universal Sunday law has been decreed, probation will close. Daniel 12:7 gives a timeline of 1,260 days. Verse 11 gives a timeline of 1,290 days. That's a difference of 1 month. The 7 last plagues will fall during the 30 days following the close of probation. For the wicked, the 7 last plagues will be the worst judgments to ever fall on mankind in the history of the earth. During this time, Yahuwah's faithful will be sheltered by divine protection. They have trusted in their Savior, and He will preserve them. Daniel closes with a most precious promise. Blessed is he that waiteth, and cometh to the 1,335 days. When the 7th plague falls, it is over. Yahuwah and his people have triumphed. The difference between the 1,290 days and the 1,335 days is 45 days. It is during this time that those who have honored Yahuwah by staying faithful to him in the face of imminent death will be honored as foretold by John. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. During the 45-day time period, the wicked that have so vigorously persecuted Yahuwah's children will come and worship at the feet of the faithful. The righteous have stood faithfully before the whole world, upholding the honor of Yahuwah and the divine law. They have not surrendered their wills to evil men inspired by demons. In the face of death, they have faithfully given earth's final warning, and many who would otherwise have been lost have been saved through their self-sacrificing efforts. It is Yahuwah's pleasure that they receive a foretaste of the honor that will be theirs in heaven. Those who insist that the timelines of Daniel 12 were fulfilled over 1,260 years during the Dark Ages are clinging to erroneous interpretations. By refusing to advance with the light, they are as deceitful as guard dogs that refuse to sound an alarm when danger is near. Placing the prophecy in the distant past soothes the awakened conscious back to sleep with the assurance that the second coming may be near, but certainly is not imminent. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. And they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, every one for his gain from his quarter. Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant. The day of Yahuwah is here now. We are now living in the time of trouble. Very few events yet remain between now and when Yahushua will appear in the clouds of heaven. Now is the time to seek Yahuwah, learn of him, and embrace the precious rays of divine truth shining with ever-increasing brilliance from the eternal throne. Time is almost over.